egwu. Ijele nziri ya ezi yo. Ị ga-enwe ego dị egwu. Ị makwa ịchọkwa njiri ya okwu. Ị ga-adị nkenka mgbe ịchọ njọ dị egwu.
So finally, Atiku Abubakar don't win one case. Case when they turn am like this for Nigeria. Mom, yo, my body they shake. Finally, Atiku don't win one case. You know, say Atiku drag both Tinubu and in lawyer, carry them go America. Say na they are the justice there. Certificate when no gree Chicago State University releases. Court don't mandate them. I give you order. Release those certificates. You know, say Atiku first say he need Tinubu's documents for Chicago State University. Give me every of his credential. I want to see whether na male or female na graduate. We know say that name they exist, but we want to see who actually graduated. Tinubu lawyer say, no, give her more. You don't have to release it. Election don't finish. What is he doing with it? Atiku said, no worry. Sherry, this is a Nigeria court. We go there US court. Yesterday, I be there before yesterday. Now the court grants. Talk say, Chicago State University, I mandate you to release all the documents and credentials within 2 days. Atiku can't happen. Sure, you see, as everywhere silent. No media house for Nigeria agree carry out.
No problem.
No media house. You know, go hear and talk, say, see what thing don't happen. No, everybody keep quiet. I just they ask. Does it mean say Nigeria no they get justice, as in get any better thing for Nigeria? You know if you get any positive thing for inside Nigeria. Say if you won't get any positive thing, you go abroad. If you want justice, you go abroad because you know how far now with our judiciary. Every good thing where you won't get, you go abroad. If you sick, if you know say you want well, you go abroad. If you want light, you go abroad. If you school finish, no say you want work, you go abroad. Even the one where God give us naturally, we be say, may we pray to Ram. We be like say, you go they look I'm like say, you be like say we no go abroad for this one. No. Then go tell you say no. If you want make your prayer answer well, go pilgrimage and Mecca. God, where be God though. We're supposed to be everywhere. They got tell us say no. It be like say the one way they pray for Nigeria. You know they answer well. Before your prayer can be answered very well, you go pilgrimage and Mecca. Then the one will be bad. If you go that pilgrimage or Mecca, anything will go make you lose your life that place. They go bring your body, come back. This place not burial ground. Mamma mia!
Who is Nigeria's president now isn't only a drug criminal, but potentially someone who potentially has committed identity theft. Right? This issue is in court now in Chicago and in Nigeria. And I just think it's amazing that for more than 30 years, he's somehow been able to sort of get away with all of this without being asked these questions. I think this is the first time his feet are actually being put to the fire. It's a pity that under Nigerian law, he was actually able to be sworn into office before these legal challenges could actually be completed. But I guess someone has to do the job. So here we are.
I was going to ask you, David, on that note where you ended, the fact that I think that it was just earlier this year, a Nigerian court ruled, I think it was an appeals court, ruled that, or rejected basically petitions filed by opposition challenging the legitimacy of his presidency or his victory, including questioning his qualifications. So why, if what you are saying is the case, if, you know, these from decades ago, these things in fact happened as you're describing them, and I know that you've looked up and have the documents for them, why then did a Nigerian appeals court move forward and reject the petitions opposing it and move forward with the election, as you said?
So an unfortunate thing about the justice system in Nigeria is, first of all, it's not independent. the judiciary is actually not independent of the executive. The executive controls the money of the judiciary. The second thing is there's a very bad habit of delivering this thing called justice by technicality. So in the case of his educational qualifications and his failure to declare an additional nationality, which was also another perjury on the electoral declaration, what the court basically said was, oh, well, the way this evidence was submitted didn't meet this process or that process. Therefore, we're not admitting it. We're striking it out. So basically, that decision wasn't made on the merits of the case. It was made off the back of a technicality. And even more farcically, in my opinion, the judgment that was made regarding the fact that he had, forfeited money for heroin trafficking. He had involvement in heroin trafficking. What the court said basically was it was his bank accounts that were sued by the U.S. government. I guess, using the framework of a U.S. civil asset forfeiture technically is true. But obviously, you and I know that's a legal technicality because obviously a bank account is not a standalone entity. There's an individual behind it. So what the Nigerian Appeal Court said was the bank accounts in the name of Bola Ahmed Tinubu committed the crimes and not the man, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So basically, the president's bank accounts are guilty of drug trafficking, but not the man, not the president. The president. I personally think that's a ridiculous judgment, but here we are.
David, we have only a couple more minutes, but I wanted to ask you about the documents the FBI here in the States, of course, now says that they're going to release on President Tinubu and your role in helping that to happen.
Yes. So shortly before the election, I'd actually tried to get hold of the documents in Tinubu's FBI file because I know for a fact anyone who has ever been the subject of a U.S. federal investigation does, in fact, have an FBI file. Okay. And in response to the FOIA, the FBI said, because of privacy considerations, we're not going to give you this information. He's a private citizen. So after the election, which he purportedly won, he's no longer a private citizen. He's now a public official. So we sent, in conjunction with a gentleman called Aaron Greenspan, who runs a website called plainsight.org. You might be aware of it. He's based in San Francisco. We sent off another set of FOIAs, this time to the FBI, the CIA, the State Department, the DEA, the IRS, and U.S. attorneys. And they initially stonewalled. So we went to court, right? So myself and Aaron, in conjunction with a lawyer whom we were able to get to work pro bono. So in the initial submission from the respondents was that potentially this was going to drag on to like 2026. And then a couple of weeks ago, pretty much out of nowhere, I didn't see it coming. It was, I think, Friday, September 8th, I think it was. Then I got a message from Aaron, and there had been a new filing in court. And basically all 6 U.S. government agencies, that's the FBI, the CIA, the DEA, the IRS, the State Department, and the U.S. attorneys basically said, we're going to give you everything you're asking for. And even went into further detail. The FBI said they've identified 2,500 pages of relevant information on Bola Tinubu, which they're going to release at the rate of 500 pages a month, starting from October. To put that in perspective, Malcolm X had about 2,400 pages in his FBI file. So what on earth does the FBI have on someone who is apparently Nigeria's sitting president now that makes it up to 2,500 pages of material? I think everyone would love to know. So I'm pretty much waiting with like bated breath. I think everyone in Nigeria is at this point to see what on earth it is that the law enforcement agency in America has on our sitting president. So I guess we're about to find out.
Put myself on mute. This may then be the beginning of much more to come. Maybe we'll talk to you later. We have to end because the show is ending here in just seconds. But I wanted to thank you for coming on. Of course, if we had a representative from the president's office, he would say that he was fairly elected, that he did graduate, and those things that we know that those of his supporters would say. But as you mentioned, and we can see this, the FBI has said this, they are going to release all these documents. And so we will be watching, and perhaps we'll have you on later. Thank you so much, David, for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. All right, we'll leave you here with a live look outside Houston. It is 9:56. We're prepared.